Hello, welcome back to another video hacking on our Ruby implementation called Natalie. And I was gonna do something fun tonight, but as I was running the test suite from my work yesterday, noticed that the suite was failing in a place I did not expect. It's failing on the release build of Natalie. We have two build modes. We have the debug mode, which enables super aggressive garbage collection. It's really slow, but it helps find bugs early and often. And that mode actually passed. So the garbage collector in that mode runs on every allocation, and like I said, it helps catch a lot of bugs. And so if there were any bugs, I would expect to find them in that mode. But this is actually in the release mode, where the garbage collector runs way less frequent, only when memory is low. And it's failing right here. Undefined method less than for nil class, and that's line 202 of hash test, which is right here. And clearly vals is supposed to be an empty array. And it's not. So what I'm going to do is, I guess, focus this test, print vals each time through. I don't know. I don't know what to think about that. Why is my observer not running? There it is. Okay, so that's fascinating. It actually runs fine when the test is focused. Oh, and now it's running fine all the time. Well, I just love that. Is it because I put the print there? No. What is causing it to... Okay, let me do a clean release build and run that test. Maybe... Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with that. Okay, so we definitely have a failure here. If I just run this as is, does it fail? Yes. Just make sure my build mode is still in release mode. Perfect. Well, let's use this other way of running our tests. We'll do star.nat and star.c and entrcs. There we go. Does that fail? Yes. And if I focus this, does it fail? No. If I put it back, it fails? Yes. Okay. If I print vals, does it fail? No. That is interesting. It is definitely a garbage collector bug based on what I'm seeing. Now what happened here? It's like it ran twice. Okay, weird. But this is the one I'm interested in. If I hit spacebar, does it, it runs it again. It's running it twice. Wonder why that is. It's almost like the spec runner. Okay, does that happen on other stuff? Okay, mic issues. I'm just going to ignore the blinking lights. Don't know what that means. Maybe it's too close. I noticed on yesterday's video, you could hear a lot of typing, so I moved my mic to see if that would help. But what's another test? Equality test, that's a good one. It runs a lot of stuff. Okay, so I was working on just a simpler reproduction of the spec runner bug, because I'm not sure what's happening with the garbage collector. I think this is all related. I have so many threads to pull, but I'm going to pull this one for now. So I have this spec, and we'll what was it called? Bad.net. We'll run this and see. So this is the simplest reproduction of that bug that I can think of. And we'll go to our spec runner here and I guess start puts debugging about to exit 1. It's about to run specs. So what does that look like? About to run specs, about to run specs. So our exit handler is definitely running everything twice. That would explain this assertion, because the top level exception handler has already run and it doesn't exist anymore, I think. So I think what this is pointing to an error in our @exit handling code, which I haven't touched in a while, so I've kind of forgotten how it works. Yeah, so if we don't exit 1, I assume that it doesn't run twice. Okay. So calling exit 1 runs the exit handler again. And just for clarity here, I don't think Ruby does that. Support Ruby require patch. No, Ruby will not run the exit handler twice. So I'm already in an exit handler. I already handled the exit handler. I'm inside of it. I don't want to run it again when I call exit 1. And I think okay, this definitely happens on a release build, but does it happen on a debug build? If the answer is no, then that's very fascinating. It doesn't happen on a debug build. Whoa. So like the garbage collector is collecting something? Perhaps collecting the exit handler array? So I think, let's see, we have an exit handler array here. Nat @exit handlers. So it's collecting that. I believe nat collect all, printf collecting all. Don't need to clean anything. No, collect all isn't. Where does that get called in main? Fascinating. For real? Collect all isn't even running? Before eval, after eval. Before eval, it never gets to after eval. Possibly because we're calling exit. I forgot how exit works. Kernel C exit raises the system exit exception, which should be handled here. Handle top level exception. Oh my goodness, I am so confused. Oh yeah, that's fine. Man, it's been I would love to say it's been years since I've written this code, but it's been months, and there's no difference. Months, years, same thing. What? Well, I'm not even sure what I was thinking here. I know there's a reason for this. Why do I have this here? Yeah, I don't know why we run a collection right there. Because we have collect all down here, which for some reason isn't running, but it should be. Bad.nat. About to exit one. Handle top level exception. That's a thing. If it's a system exit, then we just exit immediately. Okay, fair enough. Printf exiting now. I'm just gonna put this here. Okay. Exiting now. Okay, that makes sense. What is the difference between a release build, though? About to exit one. About to exit one. Curiouser and curiouser. So up here it said about to exit one, exiting now. About to exit one, about to run specs. I assume that, goodness gracious, I don't know what to assume. Are we getting here? Handling top level exception. No, I ran a clean again. So are we getting to this point and are we getting into this code at all? Handling top level exception, and then it runs the specs again. So we are getting to here. Handling top level exception. Printf. About to check exception type. Are we getting to there? Don't run a clean again, please. About to check exception type. Printf exception type is system exit. Exception type is something else. It is a system exit. Okay, we're getting to there. If nat run exit handlers, okay, and nat run exit handlers is, I'll just do it as a integer, nat run exit handlers. No, not that, nat, oh, just run exit handlers, yeah. Well, run exit handlers is 1. And I assume over here in the debug release, do I need to touch source natalie.c? Do I need to do that? Run exit handlers is 0. Fascinating. Just fascinating. Okay, so let's put this back. No. Go away. Oh, I'm in Vim purgatory. Okay. Edit this. Go away. Okay. Run exit handlers false. Printf setting run exit handlers to false. Setting run exit handlers to false. Fascinating. So it never gets past this body in the release mode. Why? Hold on. What's happening here? We're setting run exit handlers to false. Very early. Up here in the debug, we were setting it to false. Okay, so it is setting it to false. That's normal. Was it that one? It was actually this one. But yeah, it's normal. Yeah, we're setting run exit handlers to false. And yet, somehow, let's see. Whoa, what did I do? There we go. Set handlers. This is the release build. That's never going to run. Okay, that makes sense. This is never going to come back to here. Run exit handlers is 0. Run exit handlers is 1. Okay, well, we're narrowing down to something. Did I really set that as an int? Why did I do that? Okay. That doesn't change anything, right? It should be 0. So this is the first one, and this is the second one. This is some high-level, pro-level puts debugging right here. Printf debugging, sorry. I'm a Ruby programmer, so I say puts debugging. So yeah, it's set to 0, and somehow it gets set back to 1. But in the debug build, it doesn't do that. Weird. I don't understand. What is happening? Let's just look at all the places we reference this variable. All the ones in main.c, which I already knew about. There's the function where we pass it in, there's where we check it. Weird. How would the garbage collector be affecting that in any way? Whatsoever? The garbage collector doesn't touch normal C variables like this, or shouldn't be. Okay, so I put a return in the GC collect. Oh goodness, go away, go away. Yeah, put a return right here. So this essentially does what I thought that debug was doing. No, that's not right. No, that doesn't do that. Let's do. Can I just disable these? What if I do if and def? Just reverse that. Is it the garbage collector that's doing it? Oh, it's not the garbage collector that's doing it because I just turned on the aggressive garbage collection like we do in the debug, and it didn't matter. So it has nothing to do with garbage collection. It has everything to do with just our build process, I guess, because where else do we do the build handling? We'll do the compiler.rb options build flags. So if it's a release, we do release flags O3 pthread. If it's debug, we do this. So what if I take off O3? What does that do? No way. O3 breaks it? Why? The compiler is doing something wild. It's this is some deep compiler magic that is way over my head. I don't get why this Boolean would be reset to true. It's definitely set to false here. And then somewhere down the line, it gets set back to true. But only when I do an O3 build? What if I do O2? Oh. Does it with O2. Does it with any optimization level other than just the default. Okay, well, I get to Google because I don't really know. Ooh, somebody giving me notifications. Oh, that's dumb. Let's close that. That's distracting. GCC optimization level resetting Boolean variable. Oh. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to find anything about that. Resetting. It's not even resetting. Disable all optimization options. How about changing? Okay. So if I do O0, which is the default, I believe, then it's not there. But if I even just change it to O1, then the error comes back. Why? Get the expected warning. Adding no return local adder changes nothing. Okay. Somebody give me a brilliant answer. Your operator is returning a reference to a local variable that causes the caller to exhibit undefined behavior. Conveniently, operator returns an object with value number reference. Okay. Well, it's C++, so I don't know if that's really relevant. Okay. Well, I don't want to make this video about me Googling stuff because that's going to be really painful. But this is just really fascinating. Does that give us any warnings that we can use? If I turn on -D, it should give me the output and the warnings. Got all kinds of good warnings here. It might just be unused variables though. Yeah, it's unused variables. So we don't care about those or unused parameters. I wonder if I can do variable here just to eliminate some noise. Statement with no effect. Okay. Yeah. Set but not used. Interesting. Don't think that's related. Bunch of stuff set and not used. And statement with no effect. Yeah. And that's stuff I want to fix, but I certainly don't think it's causing this. I mean, I guess it could be. So as soon as I change that to O0, everything works. I get all the same warnings. Well, let's just see what the difference is. I'll say works.text. No, I gotta do to works.text and wait, come on. Why can't I get this to go into a file? Yeah, that's fine. I'm just going to copy it into a file. Works.text. Oh, right. Okay, and then O of 1. I don't care about all that. Yeah, actually I do care about all that. Dev null, because I just want to copy what I want. I just want to copy this stuff. And no work.text. Okay, so diff y width 200 works to no work. Yeah, the file name is going to be different. I guess I'll just have to visually inspect it. So far, literally the same warnings. 135, 144, 138, 181, no effect. 183, no effect. There is one extra. Yeah, well, we know what that is. That's because it's running twice. Okay. It's bizarre. Just for funsies. Okay. Just making sure. Run exit handlers. Run exit handlers. I mean, it's just a simple variable. I don't understand. Oh. This uses, oh, what? This uses a set jump. And so, interesting. This uses set jump, which remembers the state of the stack. Does it somehow, when it's rolled back here and we jump back, we go into this else, but somehow it's putting back the Boolean. I need to rethink how to do this run exit handlers, I guess. That's a new one. I thought I knew how set jump worked. I did not expect set jump to work differently based on the optimization level of the compiler. That's a new one. It may be that the compiler in when it's optimizing is putting this variable. I don't know. It's defining it differently. And I'm not smart enough to know how it's different, but it's clearly different. And when this set jump, when we do a long jump back to here, it is rolling this back to the state it remembered at the beginning of this. Well, what's another way to do what we want to do? I mean, the goal of this Boolean was to remember whether we've already run the exit handlers. I could put it on the heap instead of the stack. Would that fix it? Probably. Yeah, so I don't know. Does that even work? Yeah, that fixes it. I might do some thinking on that. Okay. But let's put this back like it was. 03 pthread. And let's run that. Cool. Let's commit that. Just what we changed, not that. Split that up. Yes. Let's edit that. I don't want the printf. I don't want the GC collect either. That's fine. I mean, I do want it. I do want it removed. Okay, yes. And I don't want those printfs. Don't want those printfs. That one. Don't want that error. Don't want that. Don't want that. Don't want that. Okay, so let's check out everything else. Let's remove bad. So yeah. Okay. Fix run exit handlers in release mode. Set jump long jump was resetting the run exit handlers value on the stack, but only in 01 and up, 01 and greater. Optimization. Yeah. Putting this boolean on the heap seems to fix the issue. Well, it doesn't seem to, it does. Fixes the issue. You know, somebody can comment why that's a thing. I'm going to run the full test suite again and see if we still have, you know, I don't need to do that. I can just run this hash test. Hash test. Yep. Did it fix my hash test, which was broken? Yes, it did. It seems to. Yep. So I'm going to run the full test suite, and hopefully when I come back, everything passed. And what do you know? It all passed. Beautiful, beautiful passing tests. The full suite. I'm so happy. So today, what did we learn? We learned that set jump and long jump may behave differently based on the optimization level. Your local variables make it reset to what they were before the set jump. That's I feel like that's opening up a whole new world of danger in my mind now. I did not expect that to be the case. I think the good news is the way we're using set jump and long jump is we create stuff on the heap and we have pointers to it, and those pointers, well, I want to say they don't change, but they do sometimes. That's going to be something to keep in mind, because if the pointer gets reset back to what it was pointing at, that could be a completely different object. Yeah. I wonder if I should write a test for that, because what if we had like begin a equals foo, and then no, it'd be outside. A equals foo, B is no, A is bar, and then we raise an error, rescue, and we print A. What's that gonna do? Bin nally wet. It's printing bar, which is what I would expect. But if I do build release, we'll just do a clean here and run wat. I think that's not going to break, but only by accident. The accident being that the code, I ran clean again. The code that we're generating, because a begin actually is written to a separate function in C, begin function 1, that we don't use a variable on the stack because this has to be able to see the variable. So what happens is we do a nat_var set, which sets it inside the environment. So it's not on the local stack. It's being set on the heap. So this is good information to have, that this only works by accident. I did not know that setjmp and longjmp could reset local variables. I mean, it makes sense. Makes perfect sense, right? So yeah, it's just something good to keep in mind. Why was it working before without the optimization? Like, I would expect that to always happen, right? But anyway, okay, so we learned some good stuff today. Hope you found that interesting, and that's not even what I was wanting to work on tonight, but you know, sometimes you gotta work on stuff like that. So hope it was interesting, and hope you learned something. I know I did, and I'll see you next time.